Homeowner just threw away over $500,000 because they did exactly what their lender told them to do. And the worst part, they think they got a great deal. I am Ron Siegel, certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Here's what happened. This homeowner refinanced their VA loan from 5.75% down to 5.25%. They were so excited about that lower rate, they pulled the trigger immediately. But when they just made a $576,000 mistake, and I'm going to show you the exact numbers so you don't make the same one. The general rule of thumb when refinancing is to save 0.5 to 1% on your interest rate. This person only saved 0.5%, yet their lender or servicer convinced them it was a smart move. Why? Because the lender wins every single time you refinance. So what's the real problem here? Every time you refinance, you're essentially resetting the clock on your mortgage. You're taking on more interest over time, and you're delaying actually paying off your home. The lenders benefit from this game. You think you're getting ahead, but you're really just becoming a prisoner to the system. Let me show you the actual numbers this homeowner gave me. They have a home worth $1 million. They owe $800,000 at a rate of 5.25%. They make $15,000 a month after their $4,500 mortgage payment and about $1,000 in other expenses. They said they have roughly $9,000 left over each month. Now, I personally think those expense numbers are pretty low, but let's work with what they provided. Here's where it gets interesting. Using a first lien HELOC, the Wealth Builder program, we could take that same $800,000 balance and pay it off completely in just 6.3 years. 6.3 years. Yes, you can see all of that on gethomeselect.com, gethomeselect.com. That's an effective interest rate of 1.6%. Now compare that to their current 5.25% mortgage. On the same 75-month period, they'd only pay down $81,000 of principal. They'd still owe the bank $718,000. The difference we're talking about, saving $576,000 in interest. And yes, the HELOC rate is in this model is 7.7%, higher than their mortgage rate. But here's what most people don't understand. The interest on a HELOC is calculated on your average daily balance, not the full loan amount. When you're putting that $9,000 of monthly cash flow against the balance every single month, you're driving down what you actually pay interest on. That's why the Wealth Builder is so much better for you, because it's all automated. This is why I always say strategy beats rate always. Now, here's my warning for all of you listening. As interest rates come down this year, if they do, your mortgage servicer is going to start calling. They're going to try to get you to refinance again. And if you make the same mistake as this homeowner, chasing a 0.5% reduction, they'll get you again. Then when rates drop more, they'll call again. It's a cycle that keeps you in debt for 30 years while they profit. Now, do I say refinancing is bad? No. You've got to do it strategically. You've got to take some of that money that you're saving and apply it to the principal balance, so you're not always dealing with a 30-year loan. That's our strategy beats rate always. That's why strategy beats rate always. Now, when you go and view the video that we have, gethomeselect.com, gethomeselect.com, you're going to see how you can have, I'm going to share this with you because it's the facts. When you go to gethomeselect.com and you look at the Wealth Builder product, it in essence takes you out of the refinance game for life. Is that good for me who's leading a lending team? No, but it's good for you, and that's what we do this for. Families who understand strategic debt management are paying off their homes in 6 to 8 years and keeping hundreds of thousands of dollars that would have gone to the bank. That's why the banks don't really want you to know about this program. So let me ask you, would you rather have a 5.25% mortgage for 30 years or completely debt-free in just over 6 years while saving more than $500,000? If you want to stop playing the lender's game and start implementing real strategy, I've got 2 resources. First, you're going to go to rsrlinks.com/keysteps, rsrlinks.com key steps. This tool will help you get your financial house in order so you can see exactly where you stand. Second, check out gethomeselect.com. Gethomeselect.com for in-depth information about the First Lien HELOC program I just described, the Wealth Builder. Remember, it's not about the interest rate, it's about the strategy. Strategy beats rate always. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. Thanks for listening to Mortgage 101, brought to you by rsrlinks.com/Sora, rsrlinks.com/Sora.